Yeah, this one's for the voices still waiting to be heard. For the stories that never made the news, we don't forget.
Yeah, face hits hard for the ones we miss. Stories in the shadows, justice on our list. Mowing coal, we don't let go, cause every heart deserves to be known. We rise up, truth on the line. Names in the dark still need to shine. This beats for the broken, for the lost, for the stolen. We speak to the silence is golden.
Another face on a flyer, another name in the code. But we bring warmth where the story's untold. Piece by piece, we rewind that frame. Chasing justice, not the fame. From small towns to the city lights, we keep their memory burning bright. It's more than a mystery, it's love, it's pain. We carry their truth through the rain.
Face hits hard for the ones we miss. Stories in the shadows, justice on our list. Mowing coal, we don't let go, cause every heart deserves to be known. We rise up, truth on the line. Names in the dark still need to shine. This beats for the broken, for the lost, for the stolen. We speak till the silence is golden.
See the faces, feel the ache. A family's hope that the world won't break. Every tear's got a reason, a name, a sound. And we'll keep searching till they're found. This community is more than a chat. It's hearts together, back to back. This healing starts when the truth unfolds. And every story deserves to be told. For the mission, for the silence, for every name the world forgot. We remember.
Yeah, face hits hard for the ones we miss. Stories in the shadows, justice on our list. Mowing coal, we don't let go, cause every heart deserves to be known. We rise up, truth on the line. Names in the dark still need to shine. This beats for the broken, for the lost, for the stolen. We speak till the silence is golden.
Hey guys, how are we today? I'm so glad to see you guys. There's Aaron. How are you? And Hippie Chick, I'm always glad to see you. How are you guys? I I'm in a new spot today at my desk. So I'm kind of getting used to things. But we'll get through it. I Monday was my birthday, and my mama got me this really cool chair and it's way more comfortable than sitting in my wheelchair at my desk, So I'm excited to have that. But I wanted to mention my birthday because you guys, so it's 11/8. It was 11/18, right? Well, Kata, who we spoke about, Kata Scott, her birthday was also 11/18. And today, who we're speaking about, Rebecca, her baby was due on Monday, 11/18. So I just thought, I don't know that I believe in numerology. I haven't really looked into it, but I just think that it's crazy that everything is happening on 11/18, you know? Oh wow, I'm excited for you. That'll be so nice. I hope you have a great time. Absolutely. I And today, you guys, thank you so much, Hippie. Thank you. I almost didn't do this live today because you guys know when I don't feel that I can help in cases, I won't speak about them, or if there's a lot of side drama, and this one is filled with drama. But I still feel like I'm going to show you guys what's on the news and a little bit of the side drama so you can see a little bit of it. But basically, I want to get the facts out there, and there's not a whole lot. Like, first, let me show you guys this. Let me see here. Oh, and I do want to say that the help numbers, like always, they're scrolling across the bottom of my ticker. They just made a devoted tip line a few days ago for this case, so I added that, and they're also in my description. And also, I made a community post this morning, and it has Rebecca's photos and the tip line numbers too. So if you could share that, I would be very grateful. So this is it's the Wexford County Sheriff's Office, and this is Cadillac Boone Township, Michigan. And I found one PDF from them. It's been really hard finding information that they put out directly. They haven't been putting it on their Facebook page, but the other press release that they released, I did find a news linked a PDF, because you guys know that if I see something that says that the police put it out, I like to go directly back to the police to find it, but that's been kind of hard in this case. But anyways, these are the stats. And Rebecca, she's 22 years old. And even here, you guys, I'm confused about this. It says that she's 5'2" and weighs 140 pounds. Well, her mama did a TikTok interview, and I don't talk much, so that's been really hard finding stuff too, because once they do them, they're gone, you know. But a channel called Steph's Case Files, she has been uploading them to her YouTube channel. So I have been able to watch them there, and I really, really appreciate that. But her mama, Courtney, was on there, and she said that she weighs 240 pounds. So that's like a huge difference. So I don't even know what her correct weight is, really. So that's the first problem. And, but let me tell you guys a little bit about Rebecca. So her mama, Courtney, has 4 kids. She has her oldest son, who's 25, then Rebecca, who's 22, and then Kimberly, who's 21, and then she has a son who's 14 years old. And from what I've gathered, her 3 older kids were put in foster care and were adopted out. And Rebecca's adopted family, they haven't spoken out publicly, and I do not blame them at all. And so she was adopted out, and I reckon they're a really great family. And Rebecca has 2 other kids before the one that she's pregnant with now. And from what I can gather, the adopted family also has those 2 kids. So she had a really rough time growing up. And this is a photo of her. She's absolutely beautiful. And I do have a photo of her, and she does have a tattoo above her eye, but it's faded now. Everybody says it's really faded now. So that'd be something to look out for. And that's her boyfriend, her fiance. She actually goes by his last name on social media. And he is 43 years old. Richard. Everybody calls him Rich. And let me show you this other photo of her with blonde hair, so you can kind of see that too, to be on the lookout for. But let me tell you guys about the people that are surrounding her. Her boyfriend, Rich. This is his details. He is a registered sex offender, and he is 43 years old. I don't know much more about his criminal history except this, that he is a registered SO. And a woman did put out, Hey, Neat, how are you? Good to see you. It is Friday. I forgot it was Friday. And I look forward to Fridays, you guys, because I get my ice cream, my weekly ice cream. I cheat. Friday's my cheat day. Um, but yeah, so he's 43 years old. And I haven't been able to confirm, and I'll show you guys when Courtney is asked this. Um, But from everybody that I see, he used to date her mama too. And I told you guys it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. And but I'm gonna try to do my best to stick to the facts, right? So this is her mama Courtney and her boyfriend Brad. And from what I can tell from her social media, they have been married this past August, made 4 years. And let me show you guys Brad. He is also a registered sex offender. And on this website, I was actually able to see more. He has a lot of charges like child essay material possession, and that was in 2016. SO failure to comply, 2014. So it looks like he was on this before the child essay material. Larceny, criminal sexual conduct, all kinds of bad stuff, right? So these are the people that are surrounding this young lady. And I'm just so sad and sick about it all, you guys. I'm sad and sick. And hey, Grateful, how are you? Good to see you. Absolutely not, Neat. Absolutely not. And so now I'll tell you guys the circumstances leading up to her disappearance. And even this can't be confirmed 100% one way or the other, but it was on November the 3rd. And her mother and Rich, they even have different stories about this. But supposedly, she had, and I'll tell you guys about this inheritance too, because the police put out a statement to Rebecca directly to her, and they say that this inheritance she could have used to be off grid, right? But $2,000 didn't get you very far. But in my opinion, I don't think the $2,000 ever existed. And if it did exist, I don't think that Rebecca got it that day. I'm just going to tell you guys exactly what I think about it all. And you guys know that usually I give the parents a really good shake, right? Like, I really, really do. But in this case, I'm not at all. And, I'm just going to be honest, and I'll show you guys about it too. But supposedly her mom went to pick Rebecca up at Rich's house that night about 6:30 or 7, I believe she says. And she was going to give her this $2,000 and some Tide Pods. And so she takes her back to her house, and she goes in that night to get the Tide Pods and comes back out. And Rebecca says, somebody's coming to pick me up. And so when Courtney sees the car, she said, and it's even different descriptions of the car, you guys. First, it says that it's a dark colored vehicle. And then she says, well, let me just start here. Let me show you. This is the second thing that I found, and this was on the 6th. So let me show you this. The Wexford County Sheriff's Office is continuing to investigate the disappearance of 22-year-old Rebecca Park, who was reported missing and possibly endangered. Park, who was approximately 38 weeks pregnant, was last seen willingly getting to the passenger side of a dark-colored vehicle on Monday night around 11:30 p.m. outside a relative's home on South 21 and a half Road. She had arranged to be picked up, but not disclosed to the witness who would be picking her up, the sheriff's office said. Deputies said her cell phone was later discovered on a 2-track near the location where she was last seen. And then, see, even here it says Park is 5 feet 2 inches tall and weighs 140 pounds. So why does her mama say that she weighs 240 pounds? That's even a discrepancy. And let me show you this. So that said 11:30, right? Let me show you a post that I found that her mama made. Let me see here. Oh man, I accidentally clicked out. So I found this that her mama made, and she was replying to somebody's comment who said something about it being in the middle of the night, and she says 8:30 p.m. is not the middle of the night, and it's not unusual for my daughter to leave and go with friends. So all the reports that I saw at first said 11:30, and now her mama is saying 8:30. So that's a discrepancy. And then there's also a discrepancy about the clothing. And her fiance Rich does an interview here, and I will show you guys that. But down here, I wanted to show you what it said about her clothing. Last seen wearing a black coat, light blue jeans, and gray shoes, and was carrying a black bag. And it says here 140 pounds again. Well, let me show you. Her mama is saying different clothing here. So I just want to put them both out just in case. And this is a post that her mama made, and she says, I am the mother of this missing woman whoever has real tips, we strongly suggest you call and talk to Officer Reed. We are really searching and no leads. So if you have anything that is true, call the sheriff's office or message me or my daughter, Kimberly Park. We need to know where she is. Please help us find my daughter. She was last seen wearing a black zip-up jacket, black shirt, and black sweatpants and black boots, looking for a black Chevy Impala with round taillights and windows all blacked out. So first it was a black SUV, and then it was a black sedan, and now she's even saying that she could tell at night at 8:30 that it was a Chevy Impala with round taillights and windows all blacked out. So that's another discrepancy. And people are saying there's even more discrepancies, but these were the ones that I was able to find for myself, because you guys know that I like to see things for myself. And if you guys hear me say I saw it 100% with my own eyes, you know that is fact, and you can take it to the bank. So that's the two discrepancies that I found for myself. So she's saying black on black on black and sweatpants, and here they're saying light blue jeans, gray shoes, a black coat, and a black bag. So I wanted to tell you that first. And now we can watch this. This is Rich talking about it.
Every time my phone goes off, I look at it. Every time a car goes by my house, I look out the window thinking it's going to be her.
Richard Failer says he's been a mess since Beckett disappeared. He says she was last seen getting into the passenger seat of a dark-colored vehicle at her biological mother's house on South 21 and a half.
I'm not sure what happened, guys. Are you guys still here? I couldn't hear anything for a second. Now I'm hearing something weird. Okay, I don't know what happened with that. I'll get you guys back to that interview. Let me see here.
Mother's house on South 21 and a half Road in Boone Township.
Becca told her, said, hold on, I got somebody picked me up. This is just something I got to do. I'm sorry. A black sedan car pulled up. Becca got out of the car, out of her mom's car, and got in the black sedan, and nobody's heard from her since.
Failer says she never told anyone who was picking her up and has no idea who she left with. His heart sank when he found out her cell phone was later discovered near the home where she was last seen.
Her phone was found on a 2-track across the street from her mom's. And anybody that knows Becca, she don't go nowhere without her phone.
He says it's upsetting they can't track her, and he can't try to keep communicating with her now. He says it's just not like her. They're inseparable.
Me and her's been together for a little over 2 years. And even
Even how they found the phone was really weird too. I'm gonna play you guys that too in a little bit.
when she's not around me, she's always in contact with me.
Failer says he's worried for Becca and their unborn son. Her due date is November 18th, but Failer is concerned she could go into labor sooner. He says Sunday night they went to the hospital thinking she was in labor. At that time, she was dilated 1 centimeter.
Me, her mom, her sister, we've all been calling the hospitals. I just want to know that she's safe, our son is safe.
Failer says Becca was last seen wearing a black coat, light blue jeans, a pair of gray shoes, and had a black bag with her. She's 5'2", weighing 140 pounds. If you see Becca, please call the Wexford County.
See, they said 140 pounds too. That's like a big difference, and they need to get the right stats out about that at least. You know. Hey, how are you, KNS? Welcome. What else was I gonna tell you guys? Oh, Aaron, he is the fiance of Rebecca, the missing lady that we're talking about. He's 43 years old. She's 22 years old. And a few minutes ago, I showed that he is a registered SO, and so is her mother, Courtney's boyfriend. And, hey, Trista, good to see you. Yeah, 100 pounds, Aaron. Well, my big sister, she won't want me telling this, but she gained 60, I know, at least. So it is possible if y'all won't tell her. Yeah, he is a registered SO, and so is her mother, Courtney's boyfriend. Yeah. So now I wanted to play you guys some of the her friends speak. But next, we're going to hear from her mother and her sister, Kimmy.
Just knowing that her cell phone was so close. Did she try to come here and knock on the door and I didn't hear her? a million thoughts ran through my head on why it would be there.
Right off the top tonight, the search continues for a woman from Wexford County who was 38 weeks pregnant when she disappeared a week ago. Thanks for being with Northern Michigan's news leader tonight. I'm Adam Bartlemay. Rebecca Park, more commonly known as Becca, disappeared from her biological mother's house on South 21.5 Road in Wexford County's Boone Township last Tuesday evening. Her mom, Courtney Bartholomew, was the last person to see Becca. 9 and 10's Jody Meeson spoke to Becca's family.
Yes, Nate, you're right. And I'm actually going to play a piece that I found where her mom is asked about it. And she doesn't answer directly, but I'll let you guys figure out what you think.
In tonight's top story.
She's like, Mom, hold up. I got somebody coming. I'm like, what do you mean you got somebody coming? And she's like, I got somebody coming to get me.
Courtney says soon a black car with tinted windows she's never seen before pulls up.
She got out of the car, turned around, opened the door back up. She's like, Mom, I'll be back. And she got in the car. They crept up by my truck real slow. And by the time they got to the front of my truck, they took off.
Courtney says she and Becca have a somewhat rocky relationship. Becca was in foster care in her youth, but she loves Becca and was looking forward to her grandson's birth. A $10,000 reward is being offered from a family friend for any information leading to her safe return.
The detective is coming out today, and we are going to go through.
There's some interesting things about this reward too. Now the person who's offered the reward, their Facebook is black, and I'm not for sure who they were exactly, but they were offering a $12,000 reward. I think they did say that they were getting threats even about that. And I also have a clip of what Courtney thinks about this reward too.
All the tips that have come in, what he thinks he should chase down, and what he just thinks he should disregard. Because there is hundreds of tips coming in, but nothing that's solid.
Becca's younger half-sister, Kimberly Park, says they're close.
We talk at least 2 to 3 times a day, if not more.
Kimberly says she doesn't know what to think. She says Becca has disappeared before, but she usually kept in contact with someone.
I honestly try not to think about what happened. I mean, she's disappeared before, but someone always knew where she was, and it was usually me hiding her out.
She hopes that's what's happened in this case, but Becca needs to contact her.
It bugs me every day. I'm losing sleep. I'm constantly screwing up at my job, so it's really hard.
So, and also I'll play you guys how they found the phone. There's lots of phones in this case. I still don't even know that, hey Trixie, how are you? Good to see you. And good to see you too, Tony. I'm glad to see you guys. But I don't even know if the cops even have the right phone right now. There's like 3 or 4 phones, and one phone was deleted, and one phone was given to a recovery team that was in the area searching. And but the phone that investigators say that was found across from Courtney's house, and I'm gonna play you guys where she tells how it was found. I don't know if she's told how it was found differently on another TikTok live or not, but the one that I found, she says that Rich pinged it, sent her daughter Kimmy, who we just saw on here, sent her the coordinates, and Kimmy sent them to Courtney, and Courtney and Brad went to find it, and it was right across from their house, I reckon. And so oh, thank you so much, thank you so very much. And by the time that it got to police, it was deleted, I reckon. So there's even contradictions about these phones. But now I'm going to play you guys a video where her friends speak. And she was helping one of her friends move the day before she went missing, and they thought that Rebecca went into labor that day. So she went to the hospital and she was 1 centimeter dilated. And the next day is when she goes missing. So I'm going to play you guys this. And also, they say that they had a thing between friends that they wouldn't get upset if they were missing and had to call police. And that made me really sad too, that you would have to have such precautions in cases, you know?
New information tonight as the search continues for a missing Wexford County woman who is 9 months pregnant. 22-year-old Rebecca Park hasn't been seen since November 3rd. And as deputies follow every lead, friends say they've now been cleared to help look for her. Up North Live's Tony Lundy joins us live outside the Wexford County Sheriff's Office. Tony, what new information has been provided?
Yeah, Mark, I'm outside the Wexford County Sheriff's Office, where investigators told Rebecca's friends that they've received the go-ahead to organize their own searches as long as they stay within the law. It's been more than a week since she had vanished, and tonight her loved ones are desperate for answers. Rebecca was seen Monday night getting into a dark-colored vehicle outside a home on South 21.5 Road in Boone Township. Her phone was found nearby on a 2-track road, but there's been no trace of Rebecca or her unborn baby since. Deputies say they believe Park received about $2,000 cash from family inheritance the day she vanished, money that can make it easier for her to avoid electronic tracking. Her friends, though, say she wasn't planning to leave.
This inheritance money was supposed to have come from Courtney's mother, I think, and her mother passed away 2 years ago. And from Steph, whose video I'm going to show you, she doesn't believe that this check is real. And there was an instance, we actually have a voice recording of Rebecca, and I'm not sure the time frame, but I'll play that for you guys too. And I do know that it's real, and I do know it's from Rebecca, because Courtney was on a panel while it was being played, and supposedly she had given her daughter Kimberly, that we just saw, and Rebecca these envelopes that they were supposed to have the money in there, right? Their money, their inheritance money. Well, instead, she says there was water balloons in there because she wanted to make sure that they were really there for her and not for this money. But we're supposed to believe on the night that she went missing that she did give Rebecca this $2,000. She said that it was in $100 bills, and Rebecca didn't have a purse or anything, and she just put it in her sweatpants pocket. And I don't have that kind of money on hand to try this out, but I really don't think that's possible, in my opinion. And besides, the newspaper said that she had jeans on, and then now Courtney says that it was sweatpants. So I'm not sure.
Not as far as I know on housing, but I do know that her and Richie were talking about getting married, and they were trying to figure out how to get that goal achieved along with buying their own house.
Friends who have known Rebecca for years are now searching on their own, focusing on back roads and wooded areas near where she was last seen Monday.
She helped me, and it ended up sending her into labor and going to Cadillac Hospital. We called to inform everybody, and her last phone call was her mom, Courtney, and she said, don't let her get into a vehicle. I'm on my way. She got into a van with Kimmy and Courtney and left. I haven't heard from her since.
Deputies say Rebecca is not in any legal trouble. They just need to confirm she and her baby are safe.
And they did put out a statement, and I'll read that to you guys in a little bit too. The Wexford County Sheriff's Office put out a statement directly to Rebecca, supposedly, but I've only been able to find this in newspaper articles quoting it. I haven't been able to find the statement from the Sheriff's Office myself.
Again, anyone is allowed to keep searching as long as they don't trespass or interfere with the investigation.
So now I have one more thing from the friends. It wouldn't, Carl. You can tell I don't ever have any money. I don't know. I'm glad to see you guys. Music City Mom and Carl coming in. I'm really glad to see you guys. So I have one more video from the friends.
That girl's been my world for almost 10 years now, and now she's not around, it's like I can't handle it.
The Wexford County Sheriff's Office giving more insight into their investigation of missing pregnant woman Rebecca Park as her close friends do everything they can to help find her. 22-year-old Rebecca Park, or Becca for short, disappeared shortly after being seen getting into an unidentified car with tinted windows. This all happened last week on Monday evening at her biological mom's house on 21.5 Road in Wexford County's Boone Township. 9 and 10's Jody Meeson is live at the Sheriff's Office with our continuing coverage on Becca's disappearance. Jody.
Close friends of Becca say that she's more than just a friend. She's family and has been for years. They haven't heard from her since the day she disappeared, and since then, they're desperately doing everything they can to try to locate her.
I have no idea what happened to her, but I just want her to come home.
There is now a $12,000.
If she's out there and can come home, I want her to come home. And I want her to be found if she can't come home.
Paige Knopf says Becca is her best friend. Paige says she's known Becca for close to a decade, and they are so close, her 2-year-old son calls her aunt. Wexford County deputies say her cell phone was found on a 2-track near the home where she was picked up from in Boone Township.
Her nephew keeps asking for her, and I don't know what to tell him. He keeps grabbing my phone, and he keeps putting the phone to his head, and he says, "Aunt Beck, Beck." And then he'll hand it to me like, "Mom, call her."
Deputies now say they are analyzing her phone and phone records. They have also conducted several searches in the area on foot with the help of canines and with drones. Knopf says they're doing.
I have a beautiful photo that Paige shared too of Rebecca with her son or her child, and it's really pretty. I'll show you guys that next.
What they can to find Becca.
I have been posting on Facebook, driving around trying to find her, putting flyers up everywhere that will possibly let me. I've been texting, calling. I haven't slept at all. I maybe got an hour of sleep last night.
Knopf's mom, Jennifer Ronk, says she's known Becca since she was a teenager. She feels like Becca is a daughter to her, and it's been hard.
I've been a wreck. I've been trying so hard to stay together for Beck, and it's just like I'm falling apart even more now. The days are getting farther away.
Jennifer says another family friend saw her post and contacted her, wanting to help by offering up a cash reward for information that would lead to finding Becca.
It was the day after Becca come up missing. She started at $5,000.
The part that I'll show you guys what Courtney thinks, she says she'd rather the money go to her daughter herself, and which, I would want all the reward that I could get for my daughter,
And raised it to 7, and now it's at 10. And she said she'll keep going higher until somebody brings info to us.
Deputies say they're going through the tips that have been coming in. They have checked her bank accounts, but there's been no activity since before she went missing. They did say Becca does have about $2,000 in cash that was recently given to her before she disappeared. They also say they have checked area hospitals. For Becca's friends, they just want her home.
I'm just desperately asking for her to either, if somebody knows where she's at, or if somebody has her, or if she's out there, to just come home or turn her over or whatever they have to do to get her home.
There is now a $12,000 reward for any information leading to Becca's safe return. Now, the Sheriff's Office did put out a direct message to Becca saying that they're worried for her well-being, and to be rest assured if she's scared or hiding for some reason, she's not in any trouble. They just want to hear from her. If you have any information about Becca's whereabouts, you're asked to contact the Wexford County Sheriff's Office. For now,
Now I'll show you guys the statement that Wexford County put out to Rebecca. That's the wrong one. Let me find it. To be so organized, I'm unorganized sometimes too. You guys feel me? I try my very best. I couldn't imagine if I did how unorganized I would be otherwise. This is that photo that I was telling you guys about. This is Paige put this out of Rebecca with one of her children. I just thought she looked really pretty here. It's not letting me make it bigger for, there we go. Okay. So what I wanted to tell you guys right here is the statement they put out, and it says, Rebecca, the sheriff's office, let me see what day they put this out. On the 12th. So she was reported missing on the 4th. So it says, Rebecca, the sheriff's office and people close to you are concerned about your well-being. Based on statements made by people close to you, it is possible that you are scared or hiding for reasons only known to you. We assure you that you aren't in any trouble. We have no reason to deprive you of any freedom that you already have. Furthermore, you are an adult. We are only obligated to report that we have contacted you and possibly your baby and offer aid to you with whatever needs you may have. We are under no obligation to notify anyone of your whereabouts. If you see this message, please reach out to our office directly or any police, fire, or emergency medical services in the area you may be and let them know who you are and why you need their help. So that was what they put out. And it made me upset at first because I thought that they weren't looking into the possibility that she hadn't left voluntarily, but I think that they are. I really, really think that they are. So remember I told you guys about the voicemail that was turned over from Rebecca. We are going to hear from Rebecca ourselves about the first time that Courtney was supposed to give her this inheritance. And the creator who dropped this True Crime with Nicole, she said that when she let somebody listen to it to verify that it was Rebecca's voice, that they started crying, and they said it absolutely is her. And then on a panel, Courtney verified it too, in my opinion.
Good. It tastes like gluten-free fucking lasagna. It wasn't too bad though. I ate half of it.
And there is cursing in this. Sorry, I didn't mention that before.
I mean, we had our own personal dishes, but I ate half of it, and that's all I could do. But other than that, check. Apparently, she had it in an envelope, and I don't know what the fuck is going on, but she gave me the envelope, and fucking my sister opened hers up. There's no check. Same goes for me. And we confronted Courtney about it hardcore, and she's like, well, that's because I knew it was all about the fucking money. And I still have the money in the check and shit. It's in cash or whatever, check or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, for one, it's not just about the money, and it's not about all money either for me. Yeah, the money would help out, but if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. It's not a big deal. It's one of those things. And I told her that. And she's like, okay, well.
So the reason that I'm playing this and showing this to you guys is a lot of times in true crime cases, how many times have we said, follow the money? Follow the money. And there's something off with this inheritance. And so this is why I wanted to share this with you guys. And I did drop the link to this. It's on TikTok, and it's True Crime with Nicole.
And then she's like, well, I also realized that it wasn't about the money when I dropped stuff off at Rich's dad's house for you, which was after the dinner because I left it there, which was something for the baby. But yeah. And she wanted to take me out for shakes. Well, I told her, yeah, I'll go out for shakes, whatever. But yeah, and so that's how she figured out that it wasn't just all fucking just about money. Like, I'm not trying to just make it all about money, and I really don't give a fuck. But I told her that. So today she's supposed to actually give me the actual shit, but we'll see how that goes. And which means money-wise, and go out for shakes. So we'll see. Dude, it's been a long day and a long night for me. Between Courtney and being tired as fuck. Yeah. And then when I lay down, it was so bad, like, I couldn't even lay down. Like, I felt like I was trying to push, like, involuntarily push with my stomach. And it was so bad, dude. And I couldn't stop moving around, like, I was antsy and everything. Yeah. I still kind of am, but not too bad as it was when I was in the vehicle. Well, shit, man. But, I guess it went good and it went bad as well. So, it depends on how the way you look at it and how people look at it, I guess. I'm looking at it as it went, yeah. So that's how I feel.
So that was about the money too. And then Courtney was on the TikTok panel talking about this incident too. And I'll play you guys it. And there is a lot of cursing if I remember correctly. And I can't drop a resource link for this. I found it on a I can't remember exactly where I found it. I think it was a group. But I can't see where it originally came from. But also, you guys know that the TikTok stuff, that it disappears. That's why it's been so hard to find facts in this case, too. So this is a...
There.
I was waiting. Again, Becca didn't say anything. Becca never texted me and was being rude like Kimberly was.
Okay, let's keep listening.
So I wanted to see if they actually just wanted the money, or if they actually wanted to see me.
Okay, I'm gonna keep playing it.
We got confronted Courtney about it hardcore.
So she said that her and Kimmy confronted you hardcore. What is she referring to?
Kimmy did. Becca was like, I didn't open mine. I was waiting. But Kimmy told me what was inside.
And you said what was inside was a water.
A water balloon.
A water balloon. Was that supposed to be like a joke?
It was supposed to be a joke. Because I wanted to see if it was me they wanted a relationship with, or if they didn't,
So it seems like this money you were serious to give to them, but then you put a water balloon in there to joke with them.
But Kimmy was the one that was like, bitch, you'll never see your granddaughter again.
Right, but that was
because
after...
I had my granddaughter from 5 weeks to 12 weeks,
But that was after she found a water balloon in it, right?
No, that was before they even come out. And then she comes out here and she's like hanging all over me and, pushing up against me because I have a L-shaped couch. And Kimmy sat up more on the couch and Becca sat at the end of the couch, like on the long piece of the L. And Kimmy was leaning all over me, showing me videos of my granddaughter. So I wanted to see if it was actually what they were saying was what Kimmy was saying was true, or if it was just bullshit. Well, come to find out, it was just bullshit.
Okay,
And that's when I told her, I said, if you're going to respect me, you need to apologize to me.
Okay, let's keep listening.
And she's like, well, that's because I knew it was all about the fucking money. And I still have the money in the check and shit. It's in cash or whatever, check or whatever.
They are playing the same recording that I just played for you guys. They're playing it on a TikTok live, and Courtney, her mother, is on the panel.
And I'm like, okay, well, for one, it's not just about the money, and it's not about all money either for me. Yeah, the money would help out,
Okay,
but if I...
Mm-hmm.
Becca wasn't worried about the money. I mean, she was not worried about the money.
Yeah, I mean, she stated that she
Right.
but playing games with her, saying like, hey, I have this money, and mind you, I have a text message, I have a message coming from you that on September 16th that you had money for your kids. So this goes
I
way
do
back.
have money for my kids, but Becca's not like Kimmy. Kimmy is more of the I'll take what I can get type, and Becca's more of the okay, I get it, I don't. You know, she's more of the laid back type. And that's surprising because she's got a worse attitude more than Kimmy, but she's different.
So, but the thing is,
so she does end up jumping off that panel when somebody comes up to ask her some questions. And I know, Aaron, it's about this money, and it's crazy. But Courtney went on Steph's channel. Oh, here's some these are supposedly Snapchats. And see, it says November the 1st down there, I think. And this was from Rebecca to her best friend. And I think it's a guy, from what I can gather from Steph's case files. And they said, hey, how are you doing lately, bestie? And she says, he says, not too bad. I start a job next Wednesday. I do have a vehicle. I'm not doing too bad. How about yourself? And she said, I'm doing good and better now. About 2.5 weeks ago, shit went down, and now we're back at Rich's dad's house. I'll explain over a call when I'm free. I'll call and explain it to you. And then there's another one here. And this one makes me think that she's not willingly gone, because this was, I think they said, I don't know how Snapchat works. It doesn't have a time here, but it says November the 3rd. And I believe they said it was around 3 a.m. And she says, not sleeping well right now. So I'm debating whether or not I should take my sleep medicine from my CMH doctor or not, because it's as needed medication for sleeping problems. I haven't been on this medication since I was 13 years old. I'm bored, tired, exhausted. But short story short, I've been cleaning the bedroom and trying to get everything ready and cleaned before baby boy is here. I have less than about 3 weeks left. So it was around that time, because she was 38 weeks pregnant when she went missing. So here she was getting her room ready for him, so that's another reason I wanted to show that to you guys, because another reason I don't think that she left willingly. And let me see. Oh, and this picture was sent on that same time. So Steph made it a point to say they believe this was the last picture taken of her. So they sent the screenshots of the phone, and it's broken, so it's kind of hard to see. But now I want to show you guys the Courtney did an interview. And you guys, I started to go through all of these lives, and the one that I went through, I have 45 comments of notes that I'd taken after this. And I got exasperated because I'm like, I'm taking all these notes and I don't even really, that they're contradictions. I caught so many contradictions, and I'm like, what good is this doing me or to share to help find Rebecca and her baby? You know, so I told myself that I wasn't going to go through any more of them, because after I learned about the people surrounding Rebecca, and then to hear this, but a few days ago, the Wexford police, they did put out a statement saying that everything's going crazy on social media, and it, and the sad part is that it's not just random people; it's the closest people to the case that are making all of these, that are causing the trouble. But I still wanted to show you guys some stuff that Courtney said, and so you'd kind of know that this is what the police were talking about, you know. And the first thing that I'm going to show you guys is about the reward, because remember they were talking about the reward, and this is what, and I am going to share Steph's channel. Without her, I wouldn't have seen anything that was going on, because it all happens on TikTok and it's gone, you know. But this is her channel, so you guys can check it out for yourself. She kind of has a southern accent like me, and I kind of dig her. She's professional, and she's kind of sassy too. And so I dig that too. Now let me get back to my, hopefully that works, because I just put it in Nightbot this morning. If that doesn't work, I'll drop it in just a few seconds myself. Yep, there it is. Okay, now let me pull up my notes so I can get my times. So the first is about, this is what she thinks about the reward.
See if you all have any particular questions. Here's a question that I have seen several people bring up. If there was $18,000, and you and I spoke about this yesterday, about the check, and we've established where the picture of the check come from and why, but there's $16,000 left in that account. Would you stake that for the return, for the reward money for the return of your daughter?
I'd rather hand it over to my daughter.
Do you think that rewards or offering a reward will help in this case?
There's already a reward, but my daughter could use the money a lot more. When she comes back, she's going to need money. She's going to need to be able to get a place for her and the baby so that she can keep the baby, and she's going to need things. That's going to go to her. I don't care who likes it or not, but that's going to go to her.
Again with the money, right? Again with the money. And she has, supposedly Courtney has cameras at her house, but they're only live view, because she says that she is saving money to get the SD cards. And Steph goes on to ask her, well, you're doing IVF right now, you know, surely you can afford cards. And then she goes on to say, Steph confronts her about, why are you wanting to move right now while your daughter's missing and stuff like that. And it's a mess, you guys. But the next thing that I want to show you guys is at 16 minutes. And Steph says that she has contacts at News Nation, and so she asked Courtney if she would be willing to talk to News Nation, and I'll let you guys listen to her.
Today's live goal is 20 Corgi Corgs. We have 6 of the 20. It goes panel tonight, or today rather. We've been spending so much time in this. I don't know. I don't even have my curtains open. I'm not even looked outside today, but I appreciate you coming up here. And I don't know how much time you have, but I would really love, now that it's just me and you, to start at the beginning, to tell everyone in here, and you may have to go through this timeline over and over. I spoke to News Nation on the phone. They have your story. They want your phone number. Are you interested? Would you be interested to speaking to News Nation about the disappearance of your daughter?
The detective has told us not to comment on Facebook, not to be going on these shows.
But I just showed you guys the comments that she made on Facebook, and I showed you guys where she was on another panel on TikTok. And there's so many panels that I didn't even get any clips of or saw or anything. So why is she willing to do all that, but not to go on News Nation?
Just to let everybody think what they're going to think and just leave it alone. Because everybody is not listening, no matter how many times you tell them. Everybody's got their own opinion, and they are just, it's getting crazy. It's getting out of hand. So me and my daughter, my son, my husband, and a few other people have taken ourselves from social media. We're not commenting on anything. We're not really answering questions because the detective says it's just more fuel. The more we give them, the more they fuel.
But this is a national news platform who would be able to get the word out there that your daughter is missing, which would be huge. Think of Nancy Grace. I'm going to. I know a producer over there. I'm going to email today. And so it wouldn't be so much as the rumors, but focused on what happened that day and where your daughter could be. When you look at it in the sense of reach and the number of eyes that would see the picture of your daughter and know that she's missing, wouldn't it be worth it?
It'd be worth it, but we've been advised not to do it.
Will you start over with me that day? It's not working and it doesn't charge, so he has it.
So now Steph is going to ask her about how the car pulled up that night and Rebecca got into it, and she actually does a little drawing, and so I thought that was interesting.
Her iPhone.
She looks at her phone because I've not looked at a picture. And I told you I was going to do this yesterday, draw to see if I have this right. So I'm going to show you this, and you tell me if I have it correctly. Let me see if I can unmirror myself again. I don't know if I can while I'm... This is mirrored, so it's backwards. So I understand it would be the opposite way. But are you saying that this is your home, and right across the street, you guys were sitting here, right? Like facing a direction, and the car came from another direction and pulled behind you, and so if you look in your rearview mirror, you would be able to see the car in your rearview mirror.
Yes.
And that is when you notice that the car is black, and the years between 1998 and 2005 Chevy Impala with round taillights.
I noticed the taillights when they got in my headlights, and I noticed that it was black when they got in my headlights. Even though they sped off, I could still see it.
So they turned around and went the way that they came?
No. They went past my truck and went the same way that I was facing.
Got you. I got you. So you were able to see the front and back. And she got out of the car and she said, "I'll be right back."
She said, "Mom, I'll be back." She didn't say, "I'll be right back." She said, "Mom, I'll be back."
And then you said, okay, or...
I didn't say anything. I didn't say a word to her. I didn't want to seem like it was a snobby okay or nothing like that, so I didn't say anything. Because my daughter is really... I don't know, you get snobby with her and she instantly... Attitude City.
Right.
So that's another thing. She said that when she didn't come home that night, so she's saying she left about 8:30, right? So when she didn't come home come back to her house that night, she didn't try to call her because Rebecca would think that she was all up in her business and tell her that. So instead, about 11 something, she starts calling Rich, and she's I saw some text messages, but they haven't been verified. But they were like, "Your old lady left with somebody. Why didn't she say? Well, did she come back to your house? Is she okay?" And stuff like that. That wasn't the situation. So now the other part that I wanted to show you guys was again about the inheritance. And I'm just going to show you guys pieces of this, but if you want to watch the whole thing, please go to Steph's channel and watch it. I'll keep dropping her link.
And Rich's eye out of his socket? Come on. I ain't messing with that.
A lot of the public also perceived the money as motive. Why would she, and I asked this question myself, why would she only take $2,000? So I want to clarify this. Was it that she was only getting $2,000 at the time, like this is all I want right now, or was she wanting the $2,000 at total and nothing, not a penny of nothing else?
She didn't want any more than that. Rich was the one that wanted the $18,000. She did not. She wanted $2,000 that quick, and that was it. That's all
She also says in this interview, remember I showed you guys her husband Brad, that he's also all those charges that he had. He is in the background, and he's saying stuff in the background. Sometimes I can't catch, but that I did hear once where Courtney says that she hasn't been on drugs in 10 years, and he says in the background, well, I've never been on drugs. So I don't know about all that. His charges weren't for drugs, but he is saying stuff in the background if you guys can make it out.
all she wanted. I gave her the $2,000 and that was it. Because when I dropped her off from the hospital, after Rich got out of the car, she whispered under her breath, "Mom, you're going to have the $2,000, right?" I said, "Yeah." And she's like, "Okay." And that was all she said. Because Rich was acting retarded on the side of the vehicle.
And look around. I mean,
I don't like that word at all. So now they're going to talk about how they found the phone.
And kind of what happened next. I think she's reading another text message. We're going to get to the phone. I'm just trying to figure out what has happened up until the phone.
So when she found this phone? Because I mean, I guess it's just a simple question, right?
Well, it's a simple question, but it's an important one. So I'm trying to establish timeline before we get there.
I got you.
I don't know. She's reading something.
At 10:30 is when we found the phone.
10:30.
And Rich had said, he's like, "I hope it's good news that you need to talk to me about."
And so explain to me, how did the thought process of needing to go across the road to go look for the phone come up? Is it because you got a hold of Rich and Rich pinged the phone and he said, "I can see it down such and such dirt road," and then you and Kimberly went looking for it?
Kimberly sent me the GPS coordinates that Rich had sent her. If you know how to read a GPS, you know how to read coordinates.
Mm-hmm.
And my husband...
She does say in this too that Rich wasn't at her house that night that Rebecca was coming over, because none of her kids will come over if Rich is there. But he just happens to be there in the morning when they want to go look for this phone. I thought that was really interesting too.
Is really good with that because he's a builder, so he knows how to read GPS coordinates because he has to for building houses and his job. So he read them and he's like, that's across the road. I was like, are you shitting me? He's like, no, Courtney, that's across the road. I was like, okay, let's go now. So we got in the truck. He walked the trail as I followed him. As soon as he come to the phone, he picked it up. He handed it to me. There was like moisture on the screen. So I took and I rubbed it on my pants. Probably not a smart idea, but I did, not thinking. Rubbed it on my pants and the phone was still going off. So I shut it off so that nobody could say, well, you were on it. Well, she has a code on her phone. Why would I be on her phone? Anyways. And we took the phone straight to Rich. Rich knew the code to get into that phone. When I handed him the phone, he turned it back on, walked away from my vehicle, was looking at the phone, and he's like, oh, well, it's too dark for me to even look at it. That screen was bright as ever when I shut it off. But he said it was dull, and he couldn't see it.
What?
And I'm like, when you get into the phone, I need to know who the last one it was that she called. Come to find out, he deleted everything from Sunday on. There was no...
So she is saying that he deleted everything off the phone. And there's so much about these phones, you guys, and I was going to go through more of what was said here. No, Van, I don't see you. Can you guys see Van? I saw you once way up here. Let me see. No, I see you once up here, Van, but I don't see you. I only see your one message. I'm not sure what's going on. Try to type it. Let me see if I can at you. Oh, I see you. I see you now. I see you. Okay. I was going to go through more of this, you guys, but if you guys want to see, more of what she says and things like that, you can go to Steph's channel. She is uploading the lives. There is one more thing there is a new live, and I'll just play the very first bit of this, and this will tell you more about the phone.
As she said, is here.
I'm sorry, but I've got a million things going through my head on what the hell happened to my daughter.
So she is actually saying in this that she is making, she is telling things that her other daughter is an informant and things like that. And it doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. But there's one part here about the phone that I wanted to play.
And I'm trying to figure all this out, but everybody's like coming at me for no reason when I'm trying to get the truth out there of what happened. Wexford County even changed the time that my daughter was last seen.
So she's saying that it's Wexford County's fault because they were saying that it was at 11:30, right? That she was last seen, and Courtney is saying it was 8:30. But remember, she's not going to go on News Nation because they told her not to do interviews and things like that. But this was after the one that we just did.
So,
go ahead.
So there are messages between you and Kimberly that I've seen on a live that it's between you and Courtney, or you and Kimberly, I'm guessing. That basically y'all were texting and saying and Kim was saying that she was using reverse psychology on us, and you had asked her why she was on TikTok, and she basically said that she was using reverse psychology, and you said that. One second.
So now Courtney and Kim, there has been text messages released saying that they are using reverse psychology in all these interviews and stuff like that. So it's a mess, and I don't even want to go into that anymore. I was going to share more with you guys, but that's not the point. Now I wanted to read to you guys what the sheriff's office came out with on the 19th. I've only showed you guys a piece of what is going on TikTok. Let me read this to you guys. So it's saying a missing person. So remember that Courtney says that Rebecca was last seen at 8:30. The first news reports that came out said 11:30. So it's saying that on the next day at 12:45, that's when the missing person was. That's when it was filed, and it says Rebecca Park is still considered a missing person who may be endangered after she is alleged to have voluntarily gotten into a vehicle. She is reported to have arranged to pick her up on Monday, November the 3rd, 2025 at approximately 20:30. So now they're saying it is 8:30 here. The sheriff's office and the Michigan State Police are still actively working to locate Rebecca. Extensive searches of the area where Park was last seen have been conducted by law enforcement and later volunteers. No additional evidence was located in either search. A new volunteer group is apparently in that area, calling themselves a recovery team. This group was not requested by the sheriff's office. They are strictly volunteering to search for Rebecca. We did agree they're free to do so, but are not working under the authority of our agency. There is presently no known direct evidence that Park has been the victim of an assault. For example, police are not in possession of bloody clothing, as someone has suggested. So I didn't see that was suggested, but apparently it was. So it was going around that there was bloody clothing located. The status of her pregnancy is unknown. Misinformation and vitriol circulating on social media has and continues to hamper this investigation. Despite rumors circulating on the internet, law enforcement has not declared that this is a search for human remains. Due to the negative impact social media is having, we are unable to share information pertaining to the ongoing efforts to find Rebecca. Please do not tie police resources up by calling us to ask for such details. If you know where Rebecca Park can be located, please call 911. Due to the volume of calls, a tip line has now been established for actionable information regarding Rebecca Park. If you would like to leave a tip, please call 231-306-2072. Again, if you are calling to ask for questions, information is not currently being shared. When there is any significant change in this case, the sheriff's office will make an updated press release. Until such time, please use good judgment and common sense about what you see, hear, read, or post on social media. Our efforts to locate Rebecca will continue until she is found. If you don't see a press release from our agency that there has been no significant change despite what anyone else may say. It makes me really, really sad, you guys. Look, she's just starting out her life, and she has 2 babies already, and she has one on the way. Hey, Elizabeth, good to see you. That's okay. You're almost right. You're right in time for the good ending. Please keep sharing her photos, and I have those on my community tab too, and please keep praying. Help me keep praying for her and her baby. He was due this past Monday, and I've been hearing awful rumors too. I didn't hear about the clothes, but I heard about other awful rumors, and it's just the biggest part is like, why won't she do News Nation? I haven't seen Rebecca's story on national news yet, and hopefully other people step up and will do News Nation and get her story out there more, That's okay. That's okay, guys. Yeah, I thought I lost you guys. I don't know what happened. But now I'll share with you guys. Remember last week we talked about Splash, the otter that was searching for human remains, and he was 2 years old. And remember we got to see Mind of Monster's mom, that her initials are, and she showed us. We saw that TikTok where she went to the event. I found another longer video of Splash that we could watch today, and I thought that would be cool. Also, Mom, Mind of Monsters. I saw her in some of the screen recordings of the TikTok lives, and so I was asking her questions about this case too, and she was so kind to me, you guys, so very kind to me. Please check out her channel too. She's on TikTok. Well, I don't know what happened. Let me find it back. We're having all kinds of problems today, guys. We'll get it. Did you guys? I don't know if you guys heard that. My stomach's growling.
Tonight, there are at least 2,366 open cases for missing people in the state of Florida. It's heartbreaking for families and often a painstaking search for clues. Tonight, a unique four-legged approach to finding missing people with a cute little carnivore named Splash.
Florida is a water state.
They are the wild waters where people play and predators prowl.
We see the ones on the surface, but we never see the ones down at the bottom.
A place where search teams look for signs of life and sometimes the secrets of death.
The scent will generate for a long time.
Now, this curious carnivore is joining the search for clues.
It's going to be her car. It's a dark red maroon Chrysler wagon. Yeah.
It is a moment of success after a dark mystery, decades in the making.
We just found Maureen Sherman, dude.
Divers with Sunshine State sonar find a car belonging to Maureen Sherman.
Dave is pulling trees off the back of the car right now.
150 feet from her townhome at the bottom of a Miami-Dade canal.
They said we looked and she wasn't there. I think that was the honest end of their search.
Inside are the remains of the mother of four, missing for 38 years.
There was always this, idea in the back of the head. Maybe, just maybe, she changed her name, moved away, just wanted a different life. Maybe one day we'll hear from her.
Finding the missing in murky Florida waters is a challenge.
The saying was that the investigation ends at the water's edge.
After decades of training tracking dogs at Peace River Search and Rescue.
Our dogs are trained to work off anything from paddle boards to kayaks to boats.
Mike Katzel is taking...
I think that he's going to tell here about how the FBI are even looking into training more otters, and I think he said that they can work like 8 years. And remember we were wondering last time how that he wouldn't get lost in the water and stuff like that. I think he says that he does put a leash on him, so that's good. I was worried about that.
A novel, some might say absurd approach to finding the missing.
And I thought, why can't we train an otter to do this kind of if they'll work with us? If the otter will work with a human.
Meet Splash, the world's first search otter.
Splash is trained to locate and identify the odor of human remains. So his job is to find the human victim underwater in the low visibility conditions that we can't see them. Humans emit somewhere over 500 volatile organic compounds, and it's unique to humans.
As part of his training, the scent of human remains is placed behind a light in this pool.
You'll see all these bubbles start coming out because I hid the scent object behind the pool rim and he was finding it, and you'll see all these bubbles coming out and he's sucking some of those bubbles back in and he's tasting them. The odor attaches itself to the bubble and then he tastes it when it comes into his mouth, and so that's how he does it. When he finds something, he comes back and he grabs my mask.
Last year, an Arizona zoo owner heard about Mike's wild idea and donated Splash.
He is an...
Oh, little babies. Oh, my goodness. I don't think there's any little baby anything that I've seen that wasn't cute. Like, Van showed us the little praying mantises that time, and they were so cute, too. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Asian small-clawed otter.
Splash has gotten big, in part because success in the pool.
Yes. Good boy.
Is rewarded with a steady supply of salmon. Diving in these waters is dangerous, especially for an otter tethered to a line.
Yes, the danger we worry about Splash here is the alligators. For both of us, it's dangerous. I have bumped into alligators.
And when he's not in the water, Splash is sometimes in Dutch the dog's water bowl, or all up in the cat's business.
And now he likes to wrestle.
At the end of each day, Splash has a place in the family bed.
He sleeps with us. He likes to curl up either down by my feet or up by my head on the pillow. They're first cousin to a wolverine, and they have all the teeth. Oh, well, I'm 66 and I'm on blood thinners. When I get bit, I bleed. Let's go, Hoffa.
While Splash is a member of the family.
First cousin to a wolverine? I would have never guessed that, would you guys? Oh my goodness.
His day job is to provide answers to families of the missing. Mike says Splash is turning skeptics into believers.
I got a list now of search requests for people wanting to use Splash all over the United States. He's very popular with FBI and FDLE now, so he's, he's he's working his way up the food chain.
We just called Marie Sherman, dude. We got her.
The novelty of training an otter to solve a tragedy isn't lost on James Sherman.
They're using sonar to find vehicles, and they're using magnets to attach to that vehicle. What about the bodies that aren't in a vehicle? Those groups aren't going to find them. They don't have the technology. So having the otter who can go down there and smell it, that's a whole new...
Even though he's mega cute, you guys, yeah, that's not lost on us either. How many families could he help? Just himself, and then if they train more of them too.
The door opened up.
As Splash hunts, he helps find the clues that elude investigators, one bubble, one breath at a time.
Successful. I expect to see a lot of otters out there. I think they'll be like standard issue probably in 10 years from now.
Doing important work there. When Splash isn't in the water or at home, you might spot him at Publix or Home Depot. He's a customer favorite and wears a harness when he's out in public.
Oh, bless him. How cute. So I think that's all that I have for you guys today. I did a little bit more of quote unquote drama, drama side of things today, showing you a little bit what goes on these channels, but I still tried to show you things that pertain to when she went missing and things like that. But like my community post says, the stories have changed, the descriptions have changed, even her weight has changed, fluctuated 100 pounds wherever you see it, And but the one thing that hasn't changed is that her life is in danger, and that of her baby too. It's a boy. They did know that it was a boy, so please help me pray for her, you guys, for both of them, for her and her baby boy. If you guys missed it at the beginning, her baby was due on Monday, November 18th. And that's also Kata Scott's birthday, who we just went over, and who was found horribly murdered. And my birthday is also November 18th. And so I just felt it. I almost canceled this live today, or did a different topic, but it was still on my heart to do, just to, in case one person would see it that might be able to help, and plus I really appreciate you guys coming and spending time with me, no matter what. Like my intro song says, like this chat, it's hearts to heart, back to back, right? We're in it together, and I wanted to make this community for you guys. I always say I was in a different community at first, and I really enjoyed the community aspect because I'm paraplegic, if you're new, and I spend a lot of time at home, and I enjoyed the community aspect of things. And my friend Erin here, she told me you can make your own community mode, and so that's what I've tried to do here. Thank you, KNS. I appreciated you. I appreciated all you guys. So if there's any cases that you guys think that we can go over and spread more awareness about, please email me or leave a comment after this video. I always try to see my comments and reply. And if there's anything at all, please don't hesitate to reach out. I think that that's all I have for you guys today. And don't forget to take your vitamins and say your prayers. Okay, I love you guys. I'll see you next time.